What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. So today we're going to be looking at the official bandai.co.jp website, where they have finally updated the One Piece wafer collaboration. The thing is we know that they mentioned that the 11.5 anniversary was a direct tie-in to the wafer log 13, which is obviously a wafer, and along with the wafer, you get a sticker. The stickers, as you see here, this is like one example of some of the stickers that you may receive. You've got the 5 elders and stuff, but the main reason why this is a big deal is because this is a collaboration with One Piece Treasure Cruise. Now, at this point in time, we actually didn't know exactly what was going to be coming for New Year's, but I feel like this may have just directly teased what is going to be coming for New Year's, and we're going to go ahead and show it off right here. Because if we go ahead and have a look at this right here, we have the artworks for some Treasure Cruise characters. We have the 10th anniversary Luffy. We've got the most recent characters in Momo and Yamato. We have Kaido, Big Mom, as well as Zoro and Lucci. Lo and behold, we have a character that is not in Treasure Cruise yet. However, a lot of people have been pretty much predicting that this was going to be the case. So it looks like, I mean, it's all but confirmed at this point that Bonnie will be our New Year's character. And while I guess like it makes sense, like it 100% makes sense that this was going to be the case, it's just the fact that like I feel just so overwhelmed with the amount of Bonnies that we've been getting throughout the whole Egghead arc, and I understand why we do it, because you know in like Wano we got so many Yamatos, right? But I feel like the difference between the amount of Yamatos that we got versus the amount of Bonnies that we have gotten in terms of like SUGO Fest exclusives is that throughout Wano when we were getting these Yamatos, like these characters were absolutely god tier on release. Whereas if you have a look back at a lot of the Bonnies that we've had, not a lot of them have been great. Like, let's be real here. A lot of the Bonnies have been pretty miserable. So I feel like hopefully this is going to be a really good time for this character. We'll have to wait and see exactly what they have planned. But again, this isn't like 100% confirmed, but because this particular sticker is shown off here with the rest of the Treasure Cruise artworks, as I said, I feel like it's all but confirmed. I feel like this would be a good opportunity to introduce a new action artwork. You know how like when you get the character and it plays like a really cool animation at the start. I feel like this would be a really good one for this, but we'll see. So we'll go over to the rest of the stickers here. So of course these are the other stickers that they had with Odin and Roger. This is the dual Yamato, Luffy versus Kaido, Shanks versus Kid, Whitebeard and Ace, and Law versus Blackbeard. So again, makes a ton of sense. The next set of stickers is even more Treasure Cruise ones. We have the Sabo, which came out for New Year's. You've got Cobra and then the 5 Elders, Zora and Sanji dual unit, and then there's just miscellaneous stickers after that, which are just other particular stickers that will tie in like thematically. So you've got again a new Nika Bonnie. We've got a Vegapunk here doing his broadcast, Kruma and Bonnie here together, which is a really cute one. This is a really cool artwork that I would have liked to have seen as a legend at some point, instead of the other Kumas that we have received, like especially the one that came out with Quick Luffy. Where's the database real quick? The one that came out with this Luffy. Let me go ahead and just search Kuma real quick. Man, dude, he got so, like, this Kuma got so shafted. He is just so miserable, so terrible. I don't understand what they were thinking with this. It's such a shame because this guy could have been so cool. I mean, I feel like it's almost similar to like Galaxy Impact Guard, because a lot of people really wanted that character to be good. Same with this Kuma. Like, this is a massive moment for this character, and they just kind of pooped on him, which is so bad. Anyways, what other stickers did they have here? The 5 Elders, which we just showed. There's a Kizaru, Lilith, York, and Atlas. Now, this is also an interesting one. Now, I don't know if this is going to have any tie-in to Treasure Cruise specifically, but these look to be like ultra rare stickers. So, of course, you got the Nika, Luffy, and Bonnie. You got a Zora and a Sanji here. These are not Treasure Cruise artworks. These are just generic Zora and Sanjis. And then there's two like mystery ones, which we don't know what they are. Whether they're going to be, again, more tie-ins to Treasure Cruise, or they're just going to be other rare stickers. We'll have to wait and see. So, where does this leave us, right? So, I kind of tweeted this out. This is going to be the New Year's leak. It's funny because we have had a lot of New Year's leaks back in the day. Like, anyone remember the OG V1 Roger leak? That was actually crazy, man. There's been other things. I know that there was apparently a leak for the dual Roger and Whitebeard way back. Anyways, we've had leaks a lot of the time, so it's crazy because it looks like we're going to get a leak once again. Oh yeah, I remember another one was the figure collaboration, right? Wasn't there like I think it might have been the one where we had dual Yamato, Roger Odin, and Zoro Sanji. I think that one might have been semi-leaked. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember exactly, but there was some kind of leak for another big celebration. So, again, not necessarily confirmed, but there's a pretty good chance that's what it's going to be. So, of course, this is, I believe, the most recent anime episode. I haven't been up to date with the One Piece anime recently, but this is pretty much, again, a direct tie-in. It's the exact same pose from the sticker. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if the Treasure Cruise artwork looks directly like this. Now, another thing is typically New Year's debuts more than one legend. You know, the last couple of years they've done 3 legends. They used to do 2 legends. So again, we don't really know how they're going to go about it. I feel like it would make sense if we get a minimum of 2 legends. So what else could they possibly debut? Now, specifically talking about this character right here, I hope it's a solo Bonnie legend. But at the same time, people always say, you know, it's a big celebration, they got to do a Luffy, blah, 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 blah. The thing is, though, right, is that when we got, like, the Zoro and Sanji batch for New Year's, like, Luffy wasn't even a legend in that batch. So, they don't typically always do it, but, you know, Luffy does sell a lot of celebrations. But the thing is I hoped this was going to be a solo Bonnie. But the fact is I think it makes a lot of sense to do a dual unit. Especially, I mean, I'm going to show a manga panel real quick. This one here, this is literally right after, like, Bonnie transformed. So, like, Luffy basically took a hit. He held one of the 5 elders and then asked Bonnie to hit him. So it's like Bonnie working with Luffy to hit one of the 5 elders. So I feel like that just makes a ton of sense. Like, it's going to be Bonnie and Luffy working together. It makes sense that that's a dual unit. But again, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I mean, it's just the fact that it's a Bonnie, and we just get a lot of Bonnies throughout the whole Egghead celebration. So look, it is what it is. But either way, I just hope that the character is good. Obviously, character selection is one thing, but if the character is not the character that we really wanted, on top of the fact that it's not a very exciting design for a SUGO Fest exclusive, that's what really hurts, you know? If it's a character that we typically always get, but they change things up, make the character really interesting with interesting team builds, that can kind of spice things up. So that's all we can really hope for, right? So another thing that I was talking about is, like, in terms of what else could be coming. And I think, like, something that would make so much sense. I don't know if they're going to go down this route, but I would love for them to do it, and that would be Emmet, which is the giant robot on Egghead. This would be a really cool SUGO Fest exclusive. I don't know if they'd go above and beyond to make a legend of this character just randomly out of the blue, but if they did, I'd be really excited for it, because I think it would be a really nice touch and would work directly very well with the Nika Bonnie, like, Luffy situation. So I would love to see this as a SUGO Fest exclusive. I think a lot of you guys would probably agree with that. If they don't opt to make him a legend, potentially a support rare recruit that could work with the Bonnie Luffy, that could also make sense. But I also would like to just see it, like, as a legend, because I think it would work really, really well. We'll have to wait and see exactly what's planned. Now, those are the only 2 suggestions that I had, obviously with Bonnie, and then we have Emmet. I don't know what else that they could have in store. I mean, I don't think they'll do a Zoro, because we just had Zoro Lucci. Sanji, I think, just doesn't make a ton of sense right here. I don't think they're going to do another Dory and Broggy. I just don't know exactly what they could have potentially planned. Maybe a magazine unit, because they do that sometimes, where they'll do, like, you know, big character that's, you know, in the anime right now, and then here's a random magazine unit that could have a direct tie-in, potentially, right? Who knows? But this is some pretty exciting stuff either way, because we kind of weren't expecting, like, a New Year's quote-unquote leak this early. But it looks like that may be exactly what it may be. So I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions about this one down below in the comment section. Do you think this is going to be the New Year's celebration? I think there's a very good chance that it could be. But that's going to wrap it up from me, though. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.